Pit strategy can play a significant role in the outcome of a NASCAR race, and whether it's the homework done back at the race shop or decisions made on race day, both drivers and crew have to adapt to any situation.
Before the race starts, you need to have somewhat of a plan. Obviously, as the race keeps going, things develop, and guys will try 2 tires or no tires, and you'll see how that works for them. For me, I'd rather be on offense than on defense. You need to understand that sometimes track position is more important than having those tires.
Pit stops are more important than they've ever been. The cars are getting more and more equal on the racetrack, and so the easiest place to pass cars is on pit road. So when you come down pit road, and your pit crew can be 0.3 of a second faster than their pit crew, and you can pass them, then immediately you have better track position, better air and downforce on your car, and it makes a tremendous amount of difference.
With rules constantly changing, the 4 SHR crews have to be on top of their game in understanding regulations and finding clever ways of shaving time off the pit stops.
From coming down pit road, that aspect, we want to definitely have a plan before Clint actually hits pit road as to what changes we're going to make so that can be relayed to the pit crew. Of course, we want the fastest stops on pit road every week, but the biggest thing that we struggled with in the past that I think will make us a better team is just having consistency on pit road. We don't need to have the fastest stops, but we need to have consistent stops, and if we can at least maintain or gain a spot every pit stop, we're going to always be in contention, I think.
I look the car over structurally and try to look for any kind of damage or something that could prohibit us from continuing to race, creating a problem in the race, and trying to get a plan together to repair that. So during a pit stop, that's usually where my eyes go to focus. It's not so much on the actual pit stop as it is the preparation of looking what's ahead and trying to stay ahead of that.
I always try to be a source of information. I can be a part of helping make decisions, but it's never going to be something that I have all the information to decide how many laps we can run, how much fuel we need to save. The strategy of the race is going to be determined up on the pit box.
A lot of time is spent perfecting the pit stops back at base in North Carolina, where the SHR pit crews are constantly practicing.
You just focus on whatever maybe we had issues with in the previous week, but then also just trying to cut down the dead time. You're talking about 10ths of seconds, obviously, and each lug nut that you miss is roughly about 0.2 of a second. So, I mean, there's tremendous pressure to be very accurate in getting them off. Historically, when people practice, you might be able to knock a fast time, but then for whatever reason, you'll get to the track and nerves and stuff like that kind of comes up subconsciously, and you might be not as fast as you were because there's more risk involved. So you try to get those times as close together as possible.
On race day, everybody needs to be at their best, and the drivers importantly need to hit their marks.
When I come down pit road, the first challenge is finding your sign. There's 40 signs all waving on pit road, and so you're looking to try and identify where's the 10 sign. And then once you stop on your marks, you're really focused on watching them change the right side tires, and when they drop the jack on the right side tires, you push the clutch in, put it in first gear, and make sure that you hold the steering wheel straight, because if the steering wheel gets turned a little bit, the tire changers can't get the tire out of the wheel well. And then once they run around to the left side, you have to make sure that you hold your foot on the brake so that the wheel doesn't spin when they're trying to change the lugs. And then once they get all that done and they drop the jack on the left side, you have to be prepared to drop the clutch out and launch out of your pit box. So the pit crews are a very, very integral part of our success.